Okay, so let's jump right in. We all interact with this sleek, amazing digital world of AI every day. But behind that cloud, there's a very real, very physical infrastructure being built, and it has a colossal appetite for one of Mother Nature's most precious resources.
Just look at this number, 5 million. That's how many gallons of fresh water a single large AI data center can drink up in just one day. To put that in perspective, that's more water than an entire small city uses. It's a truly staggering amount. So the big question is, where does it all go? I mean, are they just flushing it down some giant drain? Well, the answer is actually way more interesting, and it really gets to the heart of the huge environmental challenge AI is posing. You see, the truth is, AI drinks water in two main ways. One is kind of a maintenance issue, but the other is basically a massive vanishing act happening on a global scale. This table here breaks it down perfectly. Check out that top row, evaporation. Up to 80% of that water isn't just used, it's turned into vapor in these huge cooling towers to pull away all that intense heat. It literally just vanishes into the atmosphere. Poof, gone from the local ecosystem forever. The other 20 to 30%, that's for something called blowdown, which is essentially just constant cleaning. And this is why that blowdown process is so critical. Think about it. As all that water evaporates, it leaves behind minerals, calcium, salts, all that stuff. It creates this rock-hard crust called scaling. It's literally like cholesterol for the data center's arteries, plugging up the pipes until the whole system overheats and just fails. So they have to constantly drain that gunky mineral-heavy water and replace it with fresh water. So, faced with this massive thirst, two very different philosophies have started to emerge on how to build the future of AI. It's really a tale of two continents, with two fundamentally different ideas on how technology should coexist with our planet. In the US, the strategy is largely what you could call scale over soil. The number one goal is speed, and environmental rules are often just seen as friction, something to get around. This leads to these enormous AI gigafactories that can put an incredible strain on local water tables. But then you look over at Europe, and they're pursuing something called regulated sovereignty. Here, the goal is total integration with the environment. They actually mandate things like reusing waste heat and enforce public sustainability labels with some serious financial penalties. And this phrase just perfectly captures the difference in thinking. Instead of letting AI just be a thirsty water drinker that consumes resources and spits out waste heat, Europe is trying to force it to become a water heater for the whole society. The waste product of one industry becomes a valuable resource for another, warming people's homes and greenhouses. It's a completely circular system. So how are they actually pulling this off? Well, part of the answer isn't about inventing some crazy new technology. It's about embracing simple geography. Europe is pioneering what you could call a Great Northern Migration for AI. The logic is so simple, it's brilliant, and this quote says it all. Instead of fighting nature by trying to cool down these incredibly hot machines in dry, warm places, why not just move the brain to where the ice already is? Work with the planet, not against it. And let's get specific, because this is the really cool part. In Norway, they're building data centers inside mountains, using that frigid deep-sea fjord water for what is essentially free, infinite cooling. In Greenland, they just open the doors and let the Arctic air do the work, and it's all powered by clean hydro. And check this out. In the Alps, they're creating a hydro-AI synergy, using cold mountain meltwater to cool servers before that water even gets to the hydroelectric dams to make power. They are in a full-on partnership with nature. But clever placement is only half the story. The grand vision, the really big dream, is to create a kind of continental nervous system for clean energy. A supergrid that connects all of the continent's diverse natural resources into one unified, incredibly powerful network. Here's the four-step plan, and it's ambitious. Step 1. Generate immense power from North Sea wind and Saharan sun. Step 2. Store that energy, but not in lithium batteries, in these giant thermal batteries of molten salt in Spain that can hold heat for over 15 hours. Step 3. Connect it all with a high-speed electron highway across the continent. And the result? A future of cheap, plentiful, and clean energy for everybody. And when we say massive generation, we really mean it. The new wind turbines being installed out at Dogger Bank in the North Sea are actually taller than the Eiffel Tower. A single rotation of one of these blades can power a home for 2 days.
That's the kind of scale you need to make clean energy truly abundant. So this all leads us to the final and maybe the most audacious part of the whole vision. It's a planet that combines all these incredible elements, clean energy, natural cooling, and cutting-edge AI, into a single, absolutely monumental project. It's been called SimCity-level engineering, and for good reason. The idea is to build a literal artificial island in the middle of the North Sea to act as a hub for both energy and data. The logic is just brilliant. Instead of losing all that energy transmitting power to land, you build the data center right there, at the source, next to the wind turbines. You use the vast, cold North Sea for cooling, which creates a near-perfect natural loop. They even imagine a floating campus or a worker village to house the engineers. And if that's not futuristic enough for you, an alternative plan is to just put submerged data pods on the seabed, letting the ocean itself become the ultimate silent cooling system for our digital world. And this brings us to the final critical question. This isn't just about some amazing engineering project, it's a whole philosophical shift. Instead of draining a river on land, we use the vastness of the ocean. Instead of polluting the air, we harness the power of the wind. If we can build our digital brains in the heart of the sea, it really suggests a future where our technology doesn't just dominate Mother Nature, but finally learns to coexist and even thrive within her embrace.